Alright, yep, there we go. Got that plugged in and gonna turn this little dial. Beep, 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 beep. Alright, yeah. Alright, yep, that's good. What was all that? I got this working. We're live on Instagram now. And what was the point of all those sound effects? I don't know what that. Why is that there? What exactly were you doing? I was adding sound effects to what we're doing. It was AI. That was literally just you making noises. I don't. Yeah, it was AI. AI is doing everything now. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Yep, we're live on Instagram. What's up, everyone? Yeah, this may or may not be Mark the Monster for the Don't Say the F Word podcast. We're gonna recap Monday Night Raw. We're gonna preview AEW Dynamite. I may not be. I could be a hologram. I might be just totally AI. But you're not. You're not AI. It could be. You don't really know at this point. Everything could be AI. I mean, I guess. It's not. My hair is not AI. I mean, is it hair transplants or something? Some of my hair and glue it to your head.
Ooh.
I did not. That's not what happened.
Oh.
I just, as I've said for a very long time, being bald was a choice. It didn't really seem like a choice, did it, Joe? I just thought he was bald.
You know what? I come to realize being bald is not a bad thing. You know, it's less hair to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Now, shaving your hair bald, that thing, I can't answer that one for y'all, but that's a whole nother topic there.
I started shaving my head like 25 years ago. It's just a choice. It's a proactive strike because I thought I was going to be bald. You were bald. I don't understand. His hair is AI, everyone. I think he used Chat GPT to make it. It's not even something. Like, what?
Time out. Chat GPT can't make nobody's hair unless they do it in a picture.
It's AI, Joe. I don't even know if he's really there.
That would mean that, what's a good word to say this? You would have to take a picture, screenshot this right now, put it in Chat GPT, and then bam, he got hair.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I don't think he's even really here. I mean, he was early, on time. That doesn't seem right. They're doing everything with AI, Joe.
You know, no.
Being an artist is a lost art. Literally, there's AI in everything. I've seen videos from the Google AI, entire like interviews and concerts where it just looks real.
Okay, now there are that AI is kind of good because some of the pictures do be looking real. I ain't gonna lie, some of them do.
Have you seen the Google videos?
I seen a couple of
making
them.
videos of people just doing interviews. It just looks like people.
I know.
They did an entire Fortnite stream, completely AI. The live stream never took place. They did a concert that wasn't real. Mark's got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a point. And make an AI Mark so I can have the damn day off. Okay, we don't say damn. I thought we didn't say the F word.
Wait.
Different F word.
He meant beaver dam.
There we go. See? A beaver dam is what Mark meant. Yeah, I mean, like the Google AI, it just looks like someone's going to do total AI podcasting, and they're not going to have. There's going to be no people. They're going to have script written, have AI make a video, act, and just do it. They did whole commercials for things, totally AI generated. Like,
what was it? I was watching this one podcaster the other day. He said that he went from having like 10 crew making his films down to 3 people thanks to AI and pay less because it helps out, saves him money, and He said pretty soon he could do
Yeah.
it on his own with the help of Chat GPT, with the AI. He could probably lose the 3 people he got right now, but he'd rather keep them because it's keeping them a job.
A lot of people are fearful that it's got to take their jobs.
It is.
I mean, I went to McDonald's and there was a whole kiosk thing there, and then the drive-through, I had to just talk to it. When did you go through McDonald's drive-through? Yesterday.
Yeah.
I do stuff when you're not around.
Okay. He got connections, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Jey Uso lost the world title. Talk about that. Yeah, Jey Uso lost the world title.
Yeah. It was
On a Monday Night Raw, Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso,
lost the title.
Lost the world heavyweight title to Gunther.
I thought he just lost it because Saturday night he looked like he was in serious injury pain and he needed time off. Yeah, recuperate.
You think?
Yeah, he looked at ended. Like did you watch after he gets out the ring, him and Cody, and the way he walks out the ring, you could tell he was legit in pain, like something was injuring, hurting him.
What do you think is next? Do you think they're going to run it back? Or what? Let me tell you what I think, and you can tell me what you think.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, Jay's run with the world title wasn't very long, right?
51 days.
Yeah, 51 days.
51 days.
Good shows, good crowd reaction, tons of online backlash.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is to get Sami Zayn a world title run. I think Sami is going to get himself into a world title match with Gunther. I personally feel like it should be WrestleMania, but I don't think it's going to be sticking around that long. I think Sami's probably going to dethrone Gunther at SummerSlam.
Oh, so you think Sami's going to be the King of the Ring winner?
I think Sami's going to win King of the Ring. I think Seth is going to help him.
Seth is going to help him.
I think Seth is going to start manipulating Sami Zayn. You know, they've done the beatdown tactic. Now I think they're going to circle it around to the, hey man, I'm just looking out for you. And then Sami's going to beat Gunther, and then Seth's going to stomp him, cash in at SummerSlam.
I can see that. I can see the cash in at SummerSlam. Yeah.
I think it's stupid to have Gunther lose to Sami.
Nah, I don't think Gunther going to lose. I think
I could cash in before the match is over. And just stomp Sami and then make it a triple threat like he did. He could do that.
Or he just hold on to that briefcase till WrestleMania and make it part 2, the heist of the century.
There's no way they do that, man. Seth needs to have the World Heavyweight title. His group doesn't really work without him being World Heavyweight champ.
I think the group is better without. The group is good without belts.
Dude, he's got to be the champ.
Yeah, he got to be champ.
He's got to be the champ.
I really think they're going to hold off for a little bit. They're going to just keep doing that little tease with the cash in. I don't know when he's going to do it, but I don't think he's going to do it just yet.
Our boy Steroid Steve, real pissed that Seth Rollins won Money in the Bank. He's real pissed about everything that's pro wrestling, so I don't really know where to really go with that. But he's pissed about Seth Rollins winning Money in the Bank. I don't know, man. I get it, I guess, to a degree. I get, like,
Yeah.
But what else are you going to do? I mean, Seth had to win.
Yeah, he had to win, but like I've been happy if it was Solo. I've been cool with Solo. That would really got the world heated, mad. Solo winning. That would have been better. But
Yeah, there would have been a lot of heat on that. Where do you think Goldberg fits in with Gunther being world champ now? We always thought that was the angle for Goldberg's retirement match, but how do you get there?
if he shows up at Night Champions, that's why I said if he happens to go to Saudi Arabia and shows up for Night Champions,
I think that's going to be that'll be Gunther's match at Night Champions, right? I mean, it's Saudi show. They're going to want Goldberg's retirement match to be at the Saudi show. It'll make him a ton of money. It'll make Goldberg a ton of money.
yeah, Saudis they got that dough. This here, $10 million for Goldberg to be here. Doom.
Could you imagine if they let Goldberg win?
If they let Goldberg win, that means Seth cashes in. And that would make Goldberg what? Less than a 5-minute champion, like.
I mean, that's about the time of his matches.
Yeah. And plus, Seth was like a 5-minute champion too. Don't forget about that at the Money in the 2016 Money in the Bank.
Was it?
Yeah, all 3 Shield members went in with the belt. It was what was it? Roman had the belt. Seth won. Earlier in the night, Dean won the Money in the Bank. Dean cashed in. Boom. All 3 had the belts in one night.
Yeah. When do you think Roman comes back, man?
He was supposed to be back last week at main event. Money in the Bank. I don't know. But I'll be salty if he shows up in 2 weeks in Cleveland.
Man, you think?
I mean, think about it. I looked at the dates. Cena gonna be there in Cleveland. That's why tickets are damn high. Yep, he's part of that show.
When I last looked, I didn't see Cena being part of that show.
Ain't that the 29th show? Whatever that Friday is, the 28th, 29th. So you should be part of that show.
You rethinking not going?
Oh, no, I ain't going. I ain't going. Because if I go, I just go by myself. So, no, I ain't going. Plus, Cleveland. That's after hours. Traffic. Ooh, hell no. No, that's a Friday. No. If it was back on Tuesday night taping, that'd been better. But Friday, no.
Yeah, traffic would suck. There's no pre-sale parking for the event in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do any packages. Talking about Cena possibly being in Cleveland. Cena kicked off Raw.
I was shocked. Cena kicking off Raw. Like, what's going on?
He kicked off Raw to set up Cena versus Punk one last time.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk is going to be wrestling John Cena at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia.
Ah, the IG post.
You remember what I said a few weeks ago?
Nah.
CM Punk is just a hypocrite.
Oh, you say that every week.
I do say it every week. Could he be any more of a hypocrite?
Nope.
I mean, he thought The Miz should quit his job instead of wrestling in Saudi Arabia. Now he's going to go do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were a CM Punk fan whenever he tweeted that at The Miz, how can you be a CM Punk fan today?
I'm going to say, if I had to think about it, people will probably say, oh, somebody just probably told me to say that. It was in the storyline. Just write it down. That's all. It
He
was in the
wasn't even
little
in
shit.
WWE at the time.
I know. But I'm just going to tell you what people will say. Somebody will probably say, it was just a script. He read it. TK told him to just say that and da-da-da. That's what majority of people will say. So that's what I think they're going to say. He was told to say that just to stir up some heat with AEW and WWE.
I don't know. I don't think that was it. I think he's just a self-righteous asshole. Just saying.
Okay, you say. I know you know. But I'm just saying that's what I think is going to happen. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be down to, hey, I was mad at the world. I was mad at myself. I said some things I shouldn't have said. Then now look at me. Ha ha. That's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm going to Saudi. Forget what I said. That was the old CM Punk that said that.
Yeah, he's gonna use that cop out. No, I was mad then.
Yeah. I bet you he's gonna say something like that. I was wrong. I was in a bad place. I was in a bad state of mind frame at the time I said that. But look at me. I went to therapy. I cleared out my mind. I'm not that evil punk anymore. There you go. Come Monday, it's gonna be something like that along them lines.
I mean, do you think they even address it? Do you think they address the hypocrisy of the entire thing, or no? Yeah, they just let it go.
No, they gonna address it. I mean, everybody talk about the picture. It's Cena posted. They gonna talk about it. I'm surprised Cena even remembered that, but he posted it up.
Got the please no more Sami Zayn. He's boring. From Baby Billy.
People. I said it last week. Y'all got remember. He is the Tommy Dreamer of ECW. That's all he is. He could be boring, but y'all still like him.
Do you think Sami Zayn is boring?
I don't think he's boring. He just a babyface character, and that's what he is. I would say if he had kept that conspiracy theory Sami Zayn going along, that would have been great. That would make his career going strong to this day if he kept that going on.
You like that?
I did like that. That was great.
I didn't think it. I mean, it fit the narrative at the time, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that I necessarily would say I liked.
I mean, at the time, it fit his character. He made coming out to the ring interesting to hear what he had to say.
Do you think they ever go back and tell us what the documentary was like?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there's an opportunity to call back to that at some point, right?
Yeah.
If we ever get a heel Sami Zayn,
That conspiracy theory one, that would do it.
yeah. Could you imagine if he like turns heel and like somebody like discovers the documentary footage and it's him just talking shit about people, conspiring against people, and bring that back to light?
Ooh. What if Karrion Kross does it? Because Karrion Kross trying to wake him up out that evil side, and Karrion Kross could say, "I got the footage. You either turn heel or I'm going to release it."
Could be. Do you think Karrion Kross leaves WWE?
I heard he resigned.
Did he? I haven't heard anything, so I don't really know.
I heard last week he secretly resigned.
Good for him. Get that bag.
Yeah, so they say he secretly resigned. He got like, I don't know, one of them 3 to 5 year deals. So yeah. So yeah, he's gonna be there for another while. And I think they're
Got the
gonna make this
question
character.
of, did they take the belt off of Jey so they could do a title versus career match with Goldberg and Gunther in Saudi Arabia? That's probably the good angle to go. I feel like they should have had Goldberg, like, I don't know where he's at, like whether he's healthy or he's ready to go, but like have him come back and squash someone real quick and call Gunther out to like have a reason for it to happen. But that'd probably be the way to go. Gunther's like, I'll give you a title shot, old man, but if I beat you, you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. He does.
Should I bring back the "I got 3 minutes for you" shirt? Should I bring that shirt back? It's not currently on the merch shop. I could bring it back.
I say temporary just for that time the Goldberg run. There you go.
But yeah, that came from it's Mark C. That's a good pitch right there. I could see them doing that title for career, and that'd be a good reason to honestly pull the world title off of Jey so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, man, I don't know. Jey probably just didn't need to be world champ to be as over as he is.
You know, I feel bad for Jey because here's
Really?
why. No, here's why. Because if you look
Dude,
at
he's
him,
so over. He's so over.
I feel bad. That's why I feel bad for him because if you look at him in the ring, he's good. But if you look at him in general, all people want to do is just see him come down to the ring through the crowds. 5, 10-year-olds just want to jump in the way, hold him up, do that. And
are you saying you think Jey Uso is just an entrance?
I'm just saying.
Joe, are you saying you think Jey Uso is just an entrance?
I like Jey, but I'm just saying, if you look at all his
Joe, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, did y'all hearing it from me first, y'all? Yeah. If you look at the history, before he became the main event star, before he became main event Jey, he was good. But you look at every single match from Rumble, we'll take it back. From Backlash to now, he always comes down to the ring. Belts, everything came down to the ring. And everybody want to stand right there by him. And then he got so popular coming through the crowd, everybody just want to cheer for him, get near him. Little 5 to 10-year-olds want to jump in the way, hold him, high five, yeet. And then when he actually gets in the ring, everybody just want to hear the song all over again. Repeat. And if you look at it carefully, review, Think about it. Every time he don't have to say, he could start an interview off, and then the crowd would just say something, and he be like, "Hold up." And as of right now, I'm gonna say I feel sorry for Jey because that's all people want to see from him.
You're out here getting booed. The choke dealer's booing you in the comments live on Instagram, Joe. Blowing people's minds. Look, man,
I feel like
taking,
Jey, y'all. I feel like Jey. Just saying, I feel like Jey.
Jay's taking tons of criticism as world champion, and man, I don't think it's justified. I don't agree with the criticisms. I don't agree with the people who think that. I stand by what I said last week. I think the stumbles, I think the missteps, I think the promos not hitting all the marks everybody thinks it should hit. I think that's all part of the character. We're supposed to have empathy for the guy. He's supposed to elicit that emotion from us. That's the point. He's supposed to be uncomfortable in his own skin. He's supposed to not feel comfortable in front of 17,000 people with the mic in his hand. He's supposed to not feel like he can achieve the things he's achieved. He's the underdog without having to play wimpy underdog like, say, a Sami Zayn, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Choke dealer booing you, Joe. Look at you. This is how you get heat.
Whatever got to do it, you know.
I think that we all seen the rumors that it's speculation they're going to put the Usos back together for another tag team. I like the Usos as a tag team. But I think, again, I've said it before, Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, is the only wrestler that has ever made your sister, my lovely wife, Mindy, stop dead in her tracks to listen to his promo. Because he had so much emotion, believed in what he was saying so much. She stopped what she was doing to listen and watch. We've been together for a long time. We watched a whole lot of wrestling together. Nobody else has done that. He's got a way to connect. I think he's more than just an entrance, man. I think the entrance is crazy. It's crazy how much people are into it, especially kids. But I think he's more than an entrance. I think too many people of the quote-unquote IWC don't understand what character development actually is and don't understand what it is that he's delivering. Sure, there's been missteps in the ring where they had to then turn it into the thing, but they did it so seamlessly and so perfectly that it became what it is. And I think it's great character development because you can take all that stuff that makes us be empathetic toward the character, and all those things could at some point be his villain arc also. It's perfect.
Yeah.
He's already laid the road. He can go any way he wants to.
Yeah. So, yeah.
If they put him back as a tag team, I don't know how you tell a different story. They have millions of fans today who didn't experience the Usos run as a tag team. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But eventually, you have to separate them again. Can we really just keep putting them together and taking them apart and putting them together and taking them apart before we break the thing? Because you can only put something together and take it apart so many times
I know how they're going to do it.
before it's permanently apart. And you can't get it back together again.
I know how they're going to do it.
How are they going to do it, Joe?
They're going to draft Jey back to SmackDown. The draft is coming up. They're going to draft Jey back to SmackDown. And during this feud, whatever, we'll say, who's a good thing? Solo and JC. They done with Fatu. Solo, JC, they start attacking the family member, Jimmy.
How do they make the Solo JC Mateo thing working out?
I don't
How
know.
does this work going forward?
I don't know.
I'm confused by it.
I say this. They going
I'm
on.
curious, but I'm curious in a bad way.
I don't know how they're going to make it work. But I think this is the way, one more time, for the draft. Jimmy says he got himself a partner. Boom. And he just got drafted to SmackDown. And then Music hits. Crowd. There you go. It's Jey back on SmackDown.
Solo and Zilla is what's next to battle JC. And I could see him bringing in Zilla Fatu to be with Jacob Fatu. I could see that. Could definitely see that. And I want to see that too. I mean, here's an interesting thing with Solo. And I've kind of been very critical of how they booked him because I think he should have beat Roman.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing comedy very well.
I know he did that good Saturday.
He really did. And that ability to do comedy in the heel role that he is in really opens up an interesting opportunity for him as a baby face in the future. I don't know how the hell you get there. I'm glad I don't have to figure it out. But I think there's an opportunity there. Someone named Beard Up is asking why I'm not talking about the unpredictable fashion that Triple H is booking WWE since I say it's so predictable. Well, one show that was slightly unpredictable isn't Triple H booking WWE unpredictable. We all thought Seth was winning Money in the Bank. Just about everyone figured Jey was going to lose to Gunther. That's not unpredictable booking. That's Beard Up. Not to be rude, sir, but you clearly have not been a long-time wrestling fan and didn't experience the 90s because that was unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore Holly could have beat The Rock on any given Monday, and it wouldn't have made any sense. And I'm also not saying that's what I want. It's not what I'm saying I want from my WWE product.
I can see that. Yeah, no. Look, I can say this. When it comes to the world champion, you got to get behind what the crowd and the fans want. The crowd wanted the fans, Jey, to be the champion. Hands down. No hard in it. But then when you think about the championship run, you got to look at the champion. Can you see this person being a champion a certain amount of time? You got to look at it that way. So they saw him the first 30 days. They was cool with him. Then it get to that point where he may sell the merch. He may get behind the fans. But you got to think, is this the guy you want being your champion on Raw for the whole year?
I think this comes back to what I say constantly. It's hard to have a babyface world champion long term. If you don't have a strong enough heel rival for the babyface, it's really hard to have a babyface world champion long term. Because it's better to have a heel. It's about the chase. Being the world title in every wrestling promotion should always be about everyone wanting the world title. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot easier to do that with a heel champion because people will want to see that person lose. It's really hard to have a babyface world champion because they have to lose eventually. And when they do, fans always have a hissy fit. Like, oh, they're burying so-and-so, and this shouldn't happen. Like, just enjoy the show. Because someone's got to lose the world title. Like, they can't have it forever unless they're John Cena. which is why I say the issue of having Jey Uso be world champion while John Cena is world champion is there's no heel world champion because John Cena is not a heel.
Nah, he's something.
He's not. I want to see Cena win. I don't want to see him lose. And if I want to see you win, you are not a heel. Except for like niche like fan base things, like for somebody who's into someone who's a heel. But I want to see Jon Moxley lose.
I don't know when he's gonna lose it.
He's gonna lose the Hangman at All In. He has to. It's how Hangman's the main character. He's got to be the savior. But before we get there, we have a 4-hour AEW Dynamite / Collision show tonight.
Another one?
Another 4 hours tonight, Joe. Don't sound so exhausted, man. Yeah, tonight is Summer Blockbuster for AEW. Another 4-hour show. But in this 4-hour show, what we have is something pretty darn important. Because tonight we have here's the lineup. We'll get into it. Hurt Syndicate's going to take on Speedball, Mike Bailey, Commander, and Kevin Knight. We have the big one we're going to talk about. If contract signing for Omega and Okada. So about how important that's kind of a big deal. I still wish we weren't getting just this match at All In. I would have loved for this to be a best of 7 series.
You gotta look at this is their 2-night WrestleMania. All In and All Out. It's their WrestleMania.
We haven't heard about what they're going to do for All Out. I know it's booked. I think it's in Chicago again, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Chicago, yeah.
I would imagine we're just going to have some collateral storyline stuff get cleaned up at All Out, but All In's the show in Texas. I feel very confident they're going to be able to put on a match that stands the test of time. But those of us who were there for Omega Okada and New Japan, I don't think we should expect that same type of match.
Nah.
That was oddly quite a few years ago. It doesn't feel like it to me, but it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was like less than 10 years ago. So it probably won't be fast. It'll be slow, but it'll still be good. So
Okada's never really. I mean, his best work's never been when he was doing a fast style matchup. I mean, he's very methodical. He might be the best storyteller in the ring in AEW and WWE. I don't know who tells a better story than Okada does. He'll pick a body part, very, I mean, for lack of a better reference point, very Bret Hart-esque of telling a story in the ring. But yeah, I'm very excited for that match. My question for you, and I know I'm going to ask this a million times before we get there, who do you book to win that? Do you book this Okada or do you book this Omega? Do you have the pencil? You have the pencil.
I say Okada.
In this moment, I feel the same way. I kind of think they should come up short.
I just feel like even though he come back from his injury, he got the belt. But I think everybody always is thinking like Kenny will be the belt collector again, and that's what everybody wants.
That's so bad. I want that.
But I think with the help of the Young Bucks, it's gonna be Okada, and they're gonna have all the belts again. And I feel though Okada would be the perfect person to combine the belts and call him some weird name, where we decided to call it, because of his background would make it fit his character better if Okada wins the belt more than Kenny Omega.
Deers and Okada, because why else were you signing not to make him a star in the U.S.? So I kind of agree with that too. For me, right now in this moment, I feel like it should be Okada because I'm fearful that the current AEW fan base doesn't understand how good Okada is. It hasn't been put on like great display. And the Speedball had a great match. He's had great matches in AEW, but I think Omega and Ospreay are probably some of his best dance partners in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we've truly gotten to showcase those things to the American audience. I think it should be put on display with Omega, and then he can combine those belts, and then we send him after whomever the world champion is, who is going to be Hangman Adam Page. But then I think that's where you have your moral dilemma of the Young Bucks. Are they with Okada or are they with Hangman? Because I think the Young Bucks are going to help Hangman beat Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Whether he wants it or not. I think he's going to pretend he doesn't want it, but I think we're going to get Hangman as a heel world champion. It's going to seem like we're getting babyface Hangman in the moment for the celebration, but then I think as the story unfolds, I think he's going to be a heel babyface. A heel world champion. So Swerve can be the babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Okada versus Swerve Strickland would be a nasty matchup. And that brings us to Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland 2. I believe is the main event tonight for Dynamite. I don't know how they're going to transition from that to the Collision piece. That's going to be rough for the live crowd. You're going to go from Swerve and Will Ospreay to however they're going to kick off Collision. So you're going to be riding high. I don't know how you book that first Collision match to get up here to keep that crowd going.
I'm going to say this.
That's Will Ospreay opens.
That's going to be the first match.
Like I say, Will Ospreay usually opens up the show. But do you really book Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland to open the show? I mean, the crowd will be hyped for the whole 4 hours.
Look at it this way. If you look at Will and Swerve's background, they always open up every show on Dynamite.
Swerve as world champion opening up Dynamite pissed me off. World champions need to be main events. I'm sorry.
That's the one downside to it. You look at all the matches, whatever happens during the week, they always open the show first.
But we have another option for the opening match. Kyle Fletcher versus Anthony Bowens.
I think that's more like that's probably going to be the main event.
That's a good main event. I'm a Kyle Fletcher mark. And I like Anthony Bowens. I don't think Billy Gunn fits this current character, but I do like Anthony Bowens in this 5-tool player role. Yeah. I also like that I influenced getting the logo changed. That makes me pretty proud of myself.
You're going to keep bringing that up.
Hey, man, listen. I've been a wrestling nerd since I was 3 years old, and the fact that I was able to share something with someone and influence the product that is seen on TV on a weekly basis for everyone just makes me really happy. Tokyo says surprise signee to open Collision. I could see that. We do have Místico returning tonight. I think that's advertised to be returned for Dynamite, but they could push that back to the third hour, have him open up Collision. Místico's exciting.
I'm gonna say, if I had to picture this right, it seems like last week 4 hours was the Dynamite, and this week is the 4 hours for Collision. If you look at the matches from last week to tonight,
you don't feel like what they have booked tonight feels like a Dynamite show?
This feels like a Collision altogether. You just got one thing that everybody want to see is the Will and Ospreay 2. And then you got Kyle Fletcher's match. And then you got the signing. There's like 3 things that people want to see. So this really feels like last week was all Dynamite 4 hours, and this week is Collisions 4 hours.
You know, they could always have MJF Místico be the kickoff for Collision, but with MJF talking so much shit about Mexico and Místico last week, I feel like that's going to be MJF's match for All In. And I think Bobby Lashley is going to kind of like pressure him into accepting that match against his will.
I feel like they make it in a trio. They'll probably make it a trio match.
You think? You think they'll go with trio?
Yeah, I say they'll probably make it a trio match at All In, and then after that, separate tag team for the belts, then single.
Let's see. I don't think I missed it. I think that's all that's currently advertised for a 4-hour show. We do have Toni Storm versus Julia Hart, Toxic Spider versus Queen Aminata, Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford versus TJ. What I'm seeing advertised there doesn't feel like a 4-hour show, so I feel like there's been a lot of stuff happening. Maybe some good promo segments to build some stuff up. Hangman has to do a promo, right?
Got to, yeah. He should.
I imagine Mox will do something.
Mox got to worry about Samoa Joe and his team taking out the rest of the Death Riders. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, like I said, this just feels like Collisions 4 hours.
I don't know, man. So the way they fit, so I found the full poster.
Okay.
Top billing is the contract signing, and I feel like there's no way that closes out the show. It's just advertised this being 4 hours. They don't have a divide of being two different shows. It seems like what I'm seeing here is going to be the 4-hour programming block. So there just has to be some unadvertised stuff that's going to fill time in. There's just no way this is 4-hour programming, not the way AEW does a show.
I just got a feeling that Omega Okada, that's going to end the show. It's going to end the show.
I think you're right. My question for you is, do you think it ends in physicality?
I think it's Okada. Nah. I think it's just going to hear that long story rivalry they had from New Japan, how they're here now, and how they are going to take over AEW, and then how I'm going to take these belts and cherish them like I did in New Japan and carry them. That's what I think is going to happen. Because they got a rival that's been around less than 10 years. Everybody knows about. And
yeah,
that's the best way to do it. They just going to inform the ones that wasn't around about their journey, what they went through, what they did, and how they're here. And how only one of us can have the belts.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited for that match at all. I'm curious what the build is going to be like over the next couple of weeks as we get there. You know, who's going to have Kenny's back against Okada and the Bucks? Who's in Kenny's corner? Because now Will Ospreay is back to being distracted. He's distracted with Swerve Strickland. I have to imagine we don't get a proper finish to that match tonight.
I got a feeling this is me. I say this match is going to be your Iron Man match at All In. Anything goes.
Yeah, because we have to end up with a
This got to be a
non-finish
stipulation match.
tonight so we can run it back at all.
Yeah. This got to be one of them stipulation match between them two. So it's either Iron Man or Steel Cage just to keep out everybody.
You know what? I was thinking the Hurt Syndicate was in a tag match tonight. I'm sorry, I misread this. The Hurt Syndicate, the full group, is in a trios match against Speedball, Mike Bailey, Commander, and Kevin Knight. So Místico facing MJF tonight's not a possibility. So Místico versus MJF will probably be all in, I would guess.
Probably.
Unless they had MJF cut a promo on Místico for absolutely no reason at all, which is a possibility. It's possible.
Possibility, but yeah. Let's see here. But I can say this. They ain't turned on MJF yet in the Hurt Syndicate, so that's a good thing. I was wrong.
I don't think they're gonna, bro. I think they're gonna let them run together for a while.
I was wrong, y'all. Just saying I was wrong.
I know. You said they were gonna immediately turn on him. That might have been racist on your part. I don't really know. Man. So, what's your thoughts today? Today, do you believe Hangman Adam Page beats Jon Moxley at All In? If you had to bet today.
If I had to bet today.
Currently, neither one are advertised for Dynamite tonight. So we may have video promo. They may not actually be there, but
if I had to do it right, I would want this to be the Stone Cold and Bret Hart match. Which
one? Survivor Series or WrestleMania?
WrestleMania, where he bled to death. I think Hangman should do that, win, and to let Mox bleed to death. That would be great.
So you want Mox to not? Are you going to double turn? Do you book this as a double turn?
I'll put this as he faded, he couldn't submit, like he passed out, and Hangman wins.
I mean, you could book this as a double turn without us knowing it's a double turn in the moment. Like I said, I think the Bucks should help Hangman beat Mox. Yeah. And maybe we think it happened behind Hangman's back and he didn't know it. But you have Hangman lock in a submission on Mox and he bleeds and he passes out, bleeds out, whatever. And he doesn't release the hold, all these things. And we can all celebrate in the moment. Mm-hmm. And then as the weeks go by, we begin to realize that maybe Hangman's still a bad man.
Yeah. And the best
thing that's about the Hangman World Champion I want. I don't want the redemption. Yeah. I want Hangman as a bad man World Champion.
And the best thing about that way, Mox could go on and say he needs another title shot because Hangman never really pinned him. And that could bury a lot on Hangman, let him know that he's not a real world champion because you never pinned me.
Just think about how they could book this, though. You know, you could have the Bucks seemingly behind Hangman's back, help him win. And then you have Mox not tap out, just pass out. And then we have the few weeks of TV of Hangman, like, I didn't want your guys' help. You know, pushing them away, still trying to portray himself as the good guy. And then we have Swerve on the outside coming in to compete against Hangman and saying, nah, I know what you are. Then we get the Swerve Hangman for the AEW World title. And the Bucks help Hangman again right in front of his face. And he accepts it. Mm-hmm. Now, we started to solidify Hangman as a heel world champion, whereas he wins as babyface. We celebrate him as a babyface. We build the story to Swerve with him as a babyface. Then we start to turn him back to the heel while we still have Swerve as a babyface. Now, what do we have? Now we got ourselves right back to heel world champion and the superhero giving the chase. We just booked another. We just closed out 2025 with another great program in AEW around their world title picture, which I can't believe. I feel like the Jon Moxley world title picture is good because 6 months ago I thought it was awful, and they stayed with it and made me eat crow.
And I said he'd be gone by March with the belt.
Sure did, man. Not a single person who voted and when Jon Moxley was going to lose the title was right. That entire game, we did not get a winner because all of us picked way too soon. Mm-hmm. I said there is no way Mox holds that belt till All In. Not possible.
Who did I say? I said Swerve's going to be. Yeah, did I say Swerve?
I think you took Swerve.
Yeah, I did take Swerve.
I don't remember who I took. But I know I said it was going to be February.
Yeah.
I was so eager for him to drop that thing.
I think you said Ledge. You didn't want it to be Ledge, but you feel it's going to be Ledge.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be around the cash-in from Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And here's the thing is I still want Mox to lose today. But now I want Mox to lose for the right reasons. Because it's good heel work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really good heel world champion work. Chicken shit heel, runs from the fight, won't let us see the title. I am curious, though, if that title's in pieces in that briefcase.
I forgot what the belt looked like. Shoot.
Like, do you think they'll bring in a new design world title when the time comes? I hope not, because I love the way that title belt looks.
I'll say yes. We'll say this. Let's just say Heyman does win, but it's still in the briefcase. And they take him out. They take the briefcase, and they be like The Rock and just toss it over the bridge into the water, the briefcase in it, and then they'll have to get a new belt, a new design to give to Hangman or whoever.
They're probably going to do a redesign, but I really like the AEW World Title. It looked great.
It looks great. It's just big, but it's great.
Before we call it a show, Joe, you got any final predictions for Dynamite, AEW Summer Blockbuster? I don't think they're even advertising this as Dynamite. I think it's just AEW Summer Blockbuster from Portland, Oregon tonight. 4-hour special event. Any surprises? Not Shane McMahon.
Okay, not Shane McMahon. All right. I'll say this. If an opening match is Ospreay and Swerve, I'm going to say later on in the night, Ospreay want to say he wants an open challenge to be at All In. He needs a match at All In. So he's going to do an open challenge match for anybody to step up.
My surprise for tonight is craziness happens. Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland, and we get their third match happening All In. I don't know what the stipulation would be, but I think you're right. I think it probably needs to be some kind of a gimmick match because right now I don't think we have anything like any type of a gimmick going into All In. An Iron Man gimmick match between those two would be good. 2 out of 3 falls would be fine. But I don't know why we booked 2 out of 3 falls when we could book Iron Man. But I guess maybe you don't want to take up 64 minutes. But AEW will run an 8-hour pay-per-view if they need to. I think the thing starts at 3 in the afternoon East Coast time. So
yeah, it's somewhere around there. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 3 in the afternoon East Coast time is what 2 in Texas.
Yeah, 3. It's 3, 2.
I guess it's Central, depending on what part of Texas they're in.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't know. Time zones are stupid.
Yeah. 2 hour difference.
Everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube or Spotify. It's awesome. It means I remember to upload this shit on YouTube and Spotify. You shouldn't bank on that. You should just follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
You'll know when we go live. You can participate in the chat. Shout out to Joe's got something. Joe's got something.
Okay. I'm going to say this one more time, y'all. Because I know I probably said it numerous of times. But for the love of God, y'all, please stop sending stuff to people, personal address or their family members' houses, even though you're a fan of them. Please stop doing that, y'all.
What'd somebody send you?
Oh, no. Braun Breaker. Someone sent him a package to his parents' house.
Really?
Yes, the fans, they finding everything.
That's weird.
Yeah, so just remember, y'all, they do got a P.O. box, fan base, everything. Send it there. I don't know how y'all be finding people's addresses and stuff in their personal address as well, but just send it to the P.O. box they have. Thanks.
And you know what? You brought it up. Let's bring it in. This is an important one. Listen, wrestling fans, come in real close. Y'all just gotta stop being weird. Like, you ain't gotta be weird. Just don't be weird. Like, we're already wrestling fans. We don't need people sending wrestlers shit to their parents' house or acting weird at airports. And for the love of God, wear deodorant. And if you husky, I mean, I'm a big dude. Baby powder the creases. For the love of God, just listen. Don't be fat and stink. That's terrible. Let's get our shit together, wrestling fans. Wear deodorant, buy cologne, take a shower. Don't harass people in airports or hotels. Just stop being weird. Anyway, we'll be back over the weekend. I don't know, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know what day it'll be. That's why you got to follow us on Instagram. You'll know when we go live. Keep moving forward. Keep your shoulders off the mat. We're out.